Could one of these two rifles and optics replace the SA80?
So this is the new Beretta NARP. And this is the new Sako.
They are just two on the list of contenders as companies sharpen their pitches, their sights firmly on the MOD contract to replace thousands of SA80 rifles for the British Armed Forces.
This is a tri-service programme. It's Army-led because it's primarily a land-based platform. However, this will be a weapon system that is employed across the British military.
BDT UK are behind the bids for these two rifles and optics.
Both weapons are in service with NATO countries, and essentially we are using the lessons and working with those customers to put forward our best offering to the UK.
Oh, I think I'm out.
Forces News was the only broadcaster getting an exclusive chance to fire them.
You got all the targets except for just one, so
Brilliant.
Well done.
So let's see how the two compare.
We're looking at the Sako AR-15 style rifles. We've got two types of platforms. We've got the one in 5.56 by 45, and we also have a DMR variant, designated marksman rifle, which is in 7.62 by 51. This one here is with a 11.5-inch barrel. It's a CQB version, and it has a short stroke gas piston operating system. We can also do a direct impingement variation as well with the same configuration in terms of the front fore end with a M-lock and also the co-witnessed NATO rail on the top.
So today we have the Beretta NARP, which stands for New Assault Rifle Platform. This is a rifle that we developed in collaboration with the Italian Armed Forces. The process lasted about 5 years of development.
So in terms of comparing to the SA80, what are the differences?
Well, the differences, first of all, is the commands. So the SA80 is in a bullpup configuration, so it has the magazine behind the trigger, while this one follows the AR-15 kind of commands. This is a trend now that armed forces all over Europe and North America have been following, is to have this common configuration of commands. So, you know, it's easier to integrate weapons and to have that sort of familiar feel and command of the weapon.
So what's the difference between this and the SA80?
It's very different in terms of this is an AR-15 style platform, so the magazine and the operating system is in front of the trigger, and the magazine loads in front of the trigger as well. And then the bullpup, it has the operating system working at the rear of the trigger, which in terms of use, it's a little bit more constricted in behind the weapon system, whereas this is out in front. It's a lot more manageable.
How heavy is it?
It depends on the configuration. So on the barrel length, on the stock, it should be around 3 kilos, give or take, depending on the barrel size. And we have this one right here is an 11.5-inch barrel length. We also have 14.5 and 16.
This, in with the 11.5-inch barrel, weighs just under 3 kgs. We also have a 14.5 and a 16-inch barrel, and then depending on the configuration will depend on the weight, but the base model is just on 3 kgs.
Talk us through the adjustability of the stock.
Yeah, so you know, we have tried to give as many options as possible to the user. A really good thing about this rifle that while I spoke about the commands being AR-15-like inside, it's completely different, okay? So this gives us an advantage because unlike normal AR-15 platforms, we don't have a buffer tube with a recoil spring in the stock. So we can have a normal M4-like, AR-15-like stock, but we can also have a folding and adjustable one, or just a simple folding stock. So this gives a little bit more flexibility to units that maybe are operating inside a vehicle, on an aircraft, to have different sizes, different weights, and just really tailor it to their exact mission.
The stock is fully adjustable. It's sitting on the buffer tube like an AR-15 rifle, and then that is up to the customer of what type of preference they have. At the moment we have mag pull, pistol grip and buttstock, and it can be locked into place. So the overall length is, with the closed, is just under 700 millimeters or 70 centimeters in the configuration here.
How easy is it to clean?
Extremely easy. So we've put a lot of attention to making it as maintainable as possible. So all of the pins are captive, so you don't risk losing any when you're cleaning it in the field. We've made parts that are large and easy to find so that you don't maybe lose them while you're cleaning it in adverse conditions in the dark.
It's very easy. It's exactly the same as any other AR-15 with one release pin at the rear, and then the internals can come out and disassembled for maintenance.
Talk to us about calibers.
The calibers for now, we only have the 5.56 caliber, but in the future we might have some further developments.
Tell us about the case deflector.
Yeah, so the ejection happens at a sort of 45-degree angle, so even if you're firing it from the left-hand side, you won't have the issue of a casing come into your face.
Do you have any plans to offer them in any other calibers?
For the time being, we're just looking at keeping the 5.56x45 and the 7.62x51 for our DMR rifle, but of course we'll look to other calibers as they develop, and other countries look at adopting them in the future.
Talk to us about barrel length and how you configure this as a marksman rifle.
Okay, so this one here is just in 5.56x45, so the barrel length is 11.5 inch, 14.5 inch and 16 inch. And then for the designated marksman rifle, we go up a caliber to the 7.62x51 NATO. We have a dedicated 16-inch cold hammer forged barrel for that rifle system, and we also have a 20-inch. So with the larger caliber and the rifle barrel designed specifically around that cartridge allows for better accuracy.
And what if you're left-handed?
No problem at all, because all of the commands are ambidextrous and symmetrical, so they're on the same side. And of course the charging lever is in the middle, so lefty or righty is no problem.
It's fully ambidextrous controls, and as you can see it's the same on both sides for the magazine release, the bolt catch, and also the safety and select fire. The other thing is as well with the bolt catch that it can be operated with gloves in winter operation environments.
Our M8XI dual focal plane rifle scope, it's an LPVO, a low power variable optic. So we have this one mounted, and you have tested it today on the Sako assault rifle platform. The M8XI is a 1:8 times scope variable optic, so changeable magnification. In general, a very short, compact rifle scope. So it has a length of around 260 millimeters, weight less than 700 grams, 650 grams in total. We have specifically made a solution where we combine two focal planes, which is a very important feature of this rifle scope optic. Because you have, we have in the second focal plane, you have an illuminated red dot and a horseshoe. However, I need to say maybe right away that the reticles can be tailor-made. That's an important feature, because we have here a specific version, and the version you have shot on the Sako is a different reticle we have. So there are several options, and these options can always be also tailored to the end user requirements. We have in the second focal plane an illuminated red dot and the horseshoe, which means this always stays in the same size when you change the magnification. In the first focal plane we have in this case a fineplex DMR reticle, which means when you increase the magnification, the reticle is magnified as well, because that's the feature of the first focal plane. Which means this scope allows you in CQB, so close quarter battle situations, up to 50, 100 meters, that you can mainly focus on the red dot and the horseshoe. What you can do when you want to shoot on longer distances, reaching out to 400, 500, 600 meters, you can zoom up, you can go from 1 to 8, and then the reticle is magnified, it's getting bigger, which is not disturbing you on a low magnification, but when you want to shoot on longer distances, the reticle is magnified, which then allows you to be effective on longer distances.
Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.